Lowell police cleared the scene here about 20 minutes ago. They say a 14-year-old boy was riding his bike here on Gorham Street when he was struck by a minivan. This is an entry form for the parade, which clearly encourages participants to poke fun at a current event. Take a look at the penthouse. Officials say it is completely burned out. They estimate the total damage at $3 million. Junior's spirit has inspired his classmates at Oldham Elementary in Norwood. They dedicated their 5th grade yearbook to him. The Democratic Party has seen a surge in new registered voters this year. The challenge, though, will be getting them to come out on Election Day. After the House rejected the bill on Monday, the Senate came back with its own version. Here at the Democrats' Election Watch Party, party officials are optimistic about the gains they could make in the House and Senate. For the most part, it's a pretty young crowd, a lot of teenagers here, a generation that's never been able to celebrate a championship by the Celtics until now.
What are these people thinking?
The annual Horribles Parade in Beverly Farms makes fun of all sorts of things, but this 4th of July, some say it went too far. As this amateur video shows, 3 floats mocked the spike in teen pregnancies in the nearby town of Gloucester. Fran Palmer, whose granddaughter is one of the expectant teens, marched into Beverly Farms today to express her outrage.
They have no idea what these kids are feeling. I mean, to do something like that is just, and to even allow it.
People who live in Gloucester's working-class fishing community say it's a cruel parody by their more affluent neighbors.
To say, oh, here's Gloucester, and have a bunch of pregnant girls on a boat, that's immature.
I feel really bad for the girls, the parents, and everybody involved.
People in Beverly Farms say they're embarrassed.
There were condoms being thrown around. There were young girls under 17 or 18 dancing around with their tummies sticking out.
Fran says all the attention isn't just hurtful to the 17 pregnant teenagers at Gloucester High School.
To have a healthy child, you've got to be healthy, and to have the stress that's going on.
Beverly City Council President Tim Flaherty calls it an unfortunate situation.
We're sorry, obviously, if it obviously offended them, you know.
The parade is a long-standing tradition here in Beverly Farms, but at least 3 of the 10 parade judges won't be back next year. They've resigned in protest over the controversial floats. In Beverly Farms, I'm Denise Wong, News Center 5.
Good morning, Congressman Rick Keller's office.
On Capitol Hill, answering phones has been rough.
Well, there's been times I've had to mute it, hold the phone out here, to somebody like cussing me out.
Because they're calling to complain about the $700 billion plan to bail out Wall Street. It would allow the government to use taxpayer money to buy bad mortgages from banks.
Most people are calling him pretty angry.
Voter anger is one reason House members, including North Carolina Representative Sue Myrick, voted against the bill Monday.
There are better ways to solve the problem.
But 4 days later,
I think the right thing to do for the country is to vote for the bill.
So what's changed? After the House rejected the bill on Monday, the Senate came back with its own version. It tacked on a bunch of tax breaks and other provisions to try to encourage enough House members to change their votes. Some of those provisions: tax breaks for alternative energy, more funding for rural schools, and increased protection for bank deposits. Congresswoman Myrick says some of those incentives and talks with local business owners convinced her to change her vote.
We've got to free up the credit markets.
Problem is, some of the add-ons are causing controversy, like the tax breaks on motorsports racetracks and wooden arrow shafts.
The bill to stabilize the financial industry is now packed with squeaky pork.
But in the end,
the motion is adopted.
I know people at home, some are going to be upset with me, but I have tried to take the politics out of this and do what I know in my heart is right.
In Washington, Denise Wong reporting.
Now an update on a young Haitian boy we first told you about last year. Junior John Louise underwent 2 surgeries in Boston to remove a tumor so large it left his face disfigured. As News Center 5's Denise Wong reports, he's now heading home to be with his family.
If you can open your mouth for me. Okay.
It's an ordinary-looking checkup, but this is a special day for 12-year-old Junior Jean Louis.
Stick your tongue out.
It's his last doctor's appointment at Tufts Medical Center after undergoing 2 major surgeries to remove a tumor. It had grown so large it deformed his face.
He had issues of potential loss of vision in the left eye and problems with eating. It was involving his palate.
2 charitable organizations arranged for Junior's travel from Haiti to remove bone and skin containing the tumor. This is what Junior looked like before his first surgery last year, and now
My future is very good.
He's been doing great.
Each of his 2 trips have required him to stay with a local family.
His favorite thing has been going to school. I think that is the one thing that's kept him the most happy. He's been very well accepted there and has lots of friends.
Junior's spirit has inspired his classmates at Oldham Elementary in Norwood. They dedicated their 5th grade yearbook to him. Friends who will miss him when he returns to Haiti next week.
At this time, I'm hoping that any surgical procedures he needs in the future are far more limited, and he's allowed to be a kid that turns into a teenager and then a young man.
Good deal.
In Boston, Denise Wong, News Center 5.